So we've got to talk about robots and AI.
What's going on today?
Well, the question is, do you want a robot boss?
Robot boss. If I can have a smarter AI boss than dumb human boss.
Oh, well, yeah. So I always make the joke that you are lucky. Well, it's not actually a joke. It's real. You are lucky if your boss is smarter than you.
Yeah. Many times, I think everyone complains about their boss.
Right. So apparently, though, robot bosses are actually real.
Hi there.
Good morning, Patty. Looks like we had a great breakfast shift today. Is there anything that needs my immediate attention?
The team's friendliness scores this morning were the highest this week. We are running low on Diet Coke in the freestyle machine.
Thank you, Patty. I'll take care of it right away.
Looks like the women's restroom needs cleaning.
That's very helpful, Patty. I'll get to it right away.
Hey, Patty, can you remind me how to build an ultimate steakhouse Whopper?
Of course. The Ultimate Steakhouse Whopper includes one 100% flame-grilled beef patty on a toasted sesame seed bun, 3 rings of creamy peppercorn aioli, 2 slices of Swiss cheese, 3 half slices of bacon, 1 scoop of mushrooms, and is topped with 6 onion rings.
Thanks, Patty.
Great job so far today, team. We're 1 order away from hitting our upsell goal.
Hi, welcome to Burger King, where you roll. What can I get for you today?
Hi, yes, I'd like a Whopper meal with large fries and a Coke, please.
Sounds good. So I have 1 classic Whopper meal with a large fry and a large Coke. Would you like to add a cinnamon apple pie to that?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Upsell target reached.
All right. So there's a lot to talk about. What did you notice in this thing?
It's not about notice. I feel like we used to, control the machine. We give them an order and they do the task, what we, push the button, whatever.
Yeah, like we have a robot vacuum and it's like push the button, the robot vacuums, right?
But now humans taking order by the robot, basically.
Yeah, the robot's like, hey, human, we're out of soda. Go fill the soda machine.
So basically,
right?
the robot's head. So they're just physical, figure, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny. The way you mentioned it, my first reaction was, do you remember that Disney movie Ratatouille? It was
Ratatouille.
The rat on top of the cookie. If you guys know this show, the rat's the brain and the human's
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, maybe red is better because at least it's live.
Right. So, yeah, that's the question. Do you want the we say rat overlord or do you want the robot overlord? The other thing I noticed that when you think about robots or any of this kind of stuff, you have to turn everything into numbers, basically, right? So they have like a friendliness score here.
Yeah, so they evaluate how many times you say thank you and please, right?
Yeah, welcome to Burger King, that kind of stuff. But they also, the other thing that I was thinking about when watching this is that in this particular one, I don't think cameras are integrated. But I would be willing to bet in the future, or maybe next week.
Yeah, next week, they don't have to, to hold the camera, the CCTV basically. They can check your face, whatever, even, when you lay down and you don't wash your hands.
Yeah, why are you laying down? Why didn't you wash your hands? Well, I mean, you do want people to wash their hands. Let's be frank on that. But it's like, do people really want this robot overlord not only in your ear, but talking to you? Because in this situation, because you mentioned the boss thing, they seem to be asking for help, I think. Well, so I guess, were they asking for help? Some cases they were, some they weren't. Do you know what I mean? Or did it not seem like they're not asking for help at all?
I don't know. They do.
Like, for example, I'm making a burger.
Yeah, usually they do have a recipe in front of you, I think, on the machine.
For the burger? That I don't know.
Or they have a screen these days.
I'm assuming they would. I haven't worked at Burger King, so I don't know. If you guys know, please let me know. But I think like that kind of stuff, basically make it as simple as possible for someone. So you're correct. Like maybe in this day and age, you have the order and then you would push the ingredients. They should be. But the thing is, the integrating with the voice, and that's why I mentioned camera, is because then it would count how many onion rings. Because that's part of a business, is you put a certain amount of cheese on there, or whatever. You have to standardize
Cut the cost, basically.
The other thing I noticed was the upsell score.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, but so you have to, the suggest, oh, would you like to have more, like dessert, whatever. But what if they fail? They're gonna,
So the upsell score is interesting. So my first reaction when I saw that was, does the average employee get a bonus when they fall along with that stuff, right? So from the owner's perspective, upsell.
Yeah.
But like, would you get a bonus? But then in this robot-driven world, everyone's gonna have scores. Everyone's gonna have scores. They're gonna know. They're gonna know
compete,
which.
with your coworker, basically.
But that goes back into kind of the world that we're in, where you have the boss and then all the workers fight with each other or whatever. Would you make the scores public in this kind of world? So they actually do that, and I don't know if they do it in Korea, but at least in USA, at these kind of places, they'll have like the employee of the month, and they'll put their picture up.
Do.
Yeah, so that could be corporate culture. So just imagine you have like a digital version of that. I mean, in this world, you never know.
In that case,
What's that?
probably robots more accurate. Sometimes your boss, close to other worker. Oh, I give you A. You did a good job, but I don't really like you. I just give you C.
You can make that case.
Yeah.
And I'll be curious what people think about that. I mean, this is. I'm not shocked, but just to actually see it, what they're testing it.
And
what's that?
normally this kind of environment, that's everyone's friends, so they chat each other. But maybe AI boss doesn't like it anymore.
You can't talk to your coworkers anymore.
Yeah, because they're listening all the time. You cannot talk about anything personal.
That part's real.
Yeah.
I would agree. They're gonna monitor everything.
Hey, Patty, I'm about to clean the shake machine.
Awesome. Would you like me to remove shakes from our digital channels until you are done cleaning?
Yes, thank you.
Shakes have been removed from our menu boards, third-party delivery, kiosks, and the BK app. I will add them back as soon as you are done cleaning the machine.
Thanks, Patty. And while I have you, can you remind me of the procedures to clean the shake machine?
Of course.
Hi, Patty. We just sold our last cinnamon apple pie.
Thanks for letting me know. Would you like me to remove them from our menu until tomorrow's shipment arrives?
Yes, please.
Okay. Apple pies have been removed from our menu boards, third-party delivery, kiosks, and BK app. I will add them back as soon as tomorrow's shipment arrives.
Thank you, Patty.
Hey, Patty. Raul just called in sick for his shift tomorrow morning.
Sorry to hear Raul is sick. Looks like Maria is available for that shift.
Okay, thank you. I'll call her right now.
So the end there, they're saying it's in 500 restaurants, so they're already using it now. This was the first that I've heard of this. So this just came out just a couple of days ago. Did you know they were doing this kind of stuff?
I don't know. I just saw the article.
Yeah, and this is put out by Burger King. So for them, they think this is something they want to publicize. Okay, question one: when you see this, is like, would this make it that people are like, oh my god, I heard they're testing this robot boss, I really want to work there? Or people?
I don't think so. I don't want them hear me, like all the time.
Okay. So do you think people would just like definitely not work here because of that situation, in your opinion? Like you have different places you could work.
Yeah, but I don't know if pay me, so it's a work.
Right.
I'm not playing, so.
Well, that'll be an interesting question. Is if different chains, ones who say, okay, you have to have a robot boss, we'll pay you more. I think for the average person, they'll take the more money, probably.
Probably.
But then there's going to be a point to where you don't have any choice. They're all going to have robot bosses like this.
Yeah.
And then when I watched this, my other reaction was, so many jobs are going to get cut, right?
Definitely.
It's certainly more streamlined. You run out of something, automatically reorder, so that no one has to like put that in the machine anymore.
And actually, this kind of place, USA, we have to tip, right? So usually when
Burger King, you don't, but I've heard they've been wanting tips at these kind of places.
so
yeah.
and actually when you talk to human, they ask, would you like to tip, and they push the the show.
Yeah, they put the thing in front of you.
Yeah, so I don't like it, but I feel like I have to. But when you talk to AI, I don't have to tip so easily.
So from
No
the consumer
tip.
from the consumer's perspective, maybe not feel pressure to
Yeah,
tip.
yeah.
So at the moment with this sort of hybrid, robot manager, human worker, how far are we to where it's just all robot workers?
Yeah, it'll be really fast, I think. It'll be really fast.
So usually what it comes down to is basically cost. So if the manager's like, hey, I can hire a bunch of robots, I can fire people, they'll do it. But the long-term, implication of this where no one has jobs.
No one has job, no one's paying tax.
Yeah. You always paying tax, and is actually important because it destroys the entire infrastructure, right? This is also something that they're doing, and we're showing you guys. So because I hadn't seen this before. This is Taco Bell. So this is robot ordering at Taco Bell.
Welcome to Taco Bell. Are you checking in with your app today to earn points?
No, not today.
What would you like to order?
Can I get 2 bean burritos and a medium Coke?
Okay. Is that all for you today?
No, actually, for the 2 bean burritos, can I get them with extra onions?
Okay. Is that all?
And can I get a burrito supreme?
Got it.
And that's it.
Okay. Would you like any hot or mild sauce?
Yeah, a lot of the fire sauce.
Does the order look accurate on the screen?
Yes.
Great. Are you interested in rounding up your total by 28 cents to help students?
Yes.
Thank you. Please pull ahead.
Okay, so that's robot ordering at the drive-thru. Do you want this or do you want a human?
Actually, I prefer AI
Okay.
because I am Korean. So America, even if USA, everyone has different accent. So sometimes hard to understand some, different type of accent. So for me, this is easier to understand actually.
Oh, so for you, it's easier to understand the robot
AI,
speaking.
yeah.
Because I was thinking the opposite. Maybe the AI won't understand your English.
I thought about that too.
Yeah. So right, the
It's
opposite.
gonna understand my language.
But in this world though, you could probably just tell it to speak any language. So that would be a positive.
Oh yeah, it translates.
Yeah. Because we true story, we actually tested it with Gemini, and I think well, actually I don't know. But I'm assuming all the chatbots are going to have eventually. But like I was testing with Gemini because I was curious how they made advances, and it said switch to Korean. The English is actually pretty good. I can't talk to how good the Korean is in grammar and natural. What did you think when we talked to Gemini?
It's fine, totally fine.
Is not weird or anything?
Not really.
Yeah, the English is getting better on these things. For me though, with this stuff, it reminds me how much I hate drive-thrus. So we here in Korea, we mostly do the kiosk ordering, and I personally don't like to talk this kind of thing. I can see my food, and so that's way faster.
Yeah, it seems slow.
Yeah, this seems way too slow. And then it all depends on obviously how much money they're gonna spend on this thing to make sure it works. Because the screen there was already kind of weird. He was using his phone, but they're probably not using the most high definition screen. So that's what it looks like. So I guess they're doing it at Taco Bell. If you guys have seen this, I personally have never seen this. We haven't seen robot ordering like this, have we here in Korea?
No, I don't think so.
We have kiosks everywhere, but I haven't seen the talking thing. People will troll the robots. Take a look at this. You'll see what it's saying here.
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. What can I get started for you today?
Can I get 18,000 water cups, please?
Okay. What can I get for you?
And you know how annoyed the worker would be. I gotta talk to this moron who's trying to just play with the robot. I mean, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen, right? So you're already in that. I don't want to talk to the moron. So, but people are going to do that kind of crap, right? And then you got something like this, which is really interesting.
That be all.
Right? Did you want any sauce?
No, y'all know y'all reader board laying on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I want mild sauce.
Okay, that'll be $6.86.
Okay. What in the world didn't happen? What in the world didn't happen at the Taco Bell? Okay.
Okay. That's so weird. Okay, so when I saw this, it just reminded me of like sci-fi movie, because in the movies the robot always like is on the ground, broken, but still talking to the robot. It's just totally sci-fi movie. I mean, that's our future.
It's not future.
Oh, that's our now, right? Because it's like, hey, yeah, I can still get my food. I don't care what the robot looks like. Just give me my food.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I thought about when I saw this, well, yeah, it's funny, but is that you still need humans to fix the robots.
Sure.
At least now.
Yeah, at least now.
Right? And then eventually, if you're going to get robots to fix the robots, it's like...
What's the human do then?
And then people, well, the other thing I think you need people around, because there's going to be so many people who would just like go crazy and like to attack robots for whatever, or machines.
It's the weird guard of the robot.
Yeah, no, for real. We're gonna be the repair of the robots, guard of the robot. That's our futures, like the robot service and caretakers and such. So that's fun. I guess I'm talking to a broken machine as long as it works. Like, are you okay? It's broken. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so that's what's going on. Like to hear your thoughts, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.